Ima dochi anime o miteru. Actually, kami kali ni nak try mengetengahkan anime dari musim Duruh 2022. So, kita mula dengan SHAZ dulu. Pasal saya pun dah tengok juga semalam lepas dia kata dia dah tengok. In fact, this was also triggered by perbincangan dalam group BuzzPop kami. Tapi anyway, we'll let SHAZ continue with the description for Kido Senshi Gundam Suisei no Majo or Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury. So go ahead, SHAZ.
Okay, so aku memang minat a lot of Gundam lah. I mean, I watched like the original Gundam,
the boxes,
Gundam G, Gundam 00, Bill Fighters punya series, all four of it. So this anime kan, aku rasa it had a lot of potential. Tapi macam kita macam kena bait and switch tau, because a lot of us we see dia punya mecha tu, the kit. So it's like when they were explaining, dia tunjuk that dia punya shield boleh split into 11 ke 13 bits that can fight independently. We're like, oh, ini dah macam New Gundam punya specs, because they have all these flying punya bits kan. And the tone of the preview was very dark tau. Budak yang aku tembak.
You mean prologue?
Preview pula. Dia punya prologue. So, I think a lot of us, we got set up to imagine that the show is going to be dark. Bila first episode dia macam like, alamak, ni cerita, kenapa this girl is so ditzy kan? It's like very funny and all that. So, okay, we give it like 2 more episodes. Episode 4 tak sempat tengok lagi. But it feels like kalau you tak tengok the prologue, you takkan rasa macam confused. Because then you akan cakap, oh, okay, this is a light-hearted Gundam. It's different. You know, it is a school-based punya Gundam punya show, di mana they have duels and all that. Because the prologue really spoils the expectation of a lot of people. Dia dah jadi macam you're watching two completely different anime. So, I think kalau you are interested, kalau siapa yang berminat nak tengok benda ni and masih belum decide, dia punya mecha fighting is interesting. There is a lot of emphasis on dia guna AI, but that one tak kisahlah, because in the end bila kita tengok the fight scenes, it's quite interesting. Cuma I risau that benda ni dia punya payoff will be later in the season. Because sekarang ni kita tengah the stage of character introduction. The girl pilot and dia punya mom is going to be central figures. Tapi all the characters around them semua macam snobby punya, snobby entitled children of very rich, how do we say this, industrial conglomerate punya
anak kan,
anak orang kaya. So macam like
heir to the industry, that kind of thing.
So I can accept that kalau we did not see the prologue. So I think kalau siapa yang belum tengok, skip the prologue tu, or maybe later on the episode 6 ke 7 ke you dah biasa dengan the characters, then you can consider watching the prologue. It's just a mismatch of expectations for us. Cuma kalau you watch it by itself, it will be an interesting slice of life punya show where the main draw is, of course, the girl is a protagonist, and dia punya mecha is, of course, Gundam level punya mecha lah. That is why, that was one of the main reasons we got attracted to the series in the first place. Because in the end, most of us Gundam fans tak kisah pun the pilot tu guy ke girl ke, or in a world kalau ada, kucing ke jadi pilot and all that, kita tak kisah. In the end, we want to see the good mecha punya fights, and we want to see the story develop lah.
Anybody else in the panel tak tengok?
I for one
try watch. Tak.
Yeah, I tak tengok Gundam, so I have no much input on this lah. So
Andri pun tak tengok.
I've watched some clips, but I was never a Gundam fan. All I know about this anime, it's a lot of Malaysian anime fans are shitting on the forced pro-lesbian feeling that's happening between the main characters lah. I'm not sure if it's being done well or being forced, but to me it's just dan biasa je. This is anime. This sort of thing Yuri happens all the time.
I
If we are
mean,
going to talk on that point, honestly, it was as I predicted lah. Benda tu is being run as more of like a joke. Kalau kita compare the shows in that perspective, you just imagine a male protagonist dikelilingi oleh banyak-banyak waifu. In this case, the protagonist is perempuan, tapi lelaki dan perempuan semua suka kat dia. Sooner or later lah. So most of
So
it
anime lah.
Macam anime lah. It's like standard anime.
nice one, nicely put, Arif.
Because in the end, I predict the big conspiracy and whatnot will be shown like episode 10 and whatnot. Then that will be the main storyline lah. But for the first maybe 8-9 episodes ni is the power of friendship. How this budak blur boleh jadi kawan to all the budak-budak tak senonoh. And then semua orang macam awak ni lawa. So it becomes like a fantasy kind of thing lah. Orang macam everybody is liking to the same person.
Right. Just to just to finish off apa Shaz in description. Saya sebagai I've watched this as well. I watched the prologue and I've watched episode 1 until 3 in one shot yesterday. Didn't feel forced. I actually nak tengok satu je. And then aku tengok, tengok lagi. So I'll put where my stance is. I'm not like a hardcore. I'm not a Gundam fan yang maknanya I dah tengok everything from the only Gundam series I watched was Iron-Blooded Orphans. And I wanted to watch UC and then I got bored. But the other previous ones,
jangan watch UC dulu.
I know, but the thing is, aku bangsa bila benda tu dah dated, aku macam malas nak tengok tau. And then whenever it's got like 700 episodes, I just can't be bothered. So, bila aku tengok benda ni, aku tengok with a clean slate, macam let's see this robot anime because I like Macross. Itu macam walaupun I cannot admit to watching like 100% of all the Macross franchise IPs out there, I've watched quite a few of it, including the older ones. So I just want to see a robot film. Personally, pendapat saya, tengok prologue tu. Because saya rasa ni baru episode 3 dengan 4 I think baru release. Knowing how I cannot imagine Gundam doing a 13 episode season. Iron-Blooded Orphan had 26. At the very least. So the political machinations yang diintroduce dalam prolog tu, in my opinion, mungkin akan muncul later on. Sebab ada setengah try not to spoil this, but ibu kepada main character ni ada sebab kalau dia nak buat, if she want to kick some trouble in the story. So we'll just have to see lah. But that's my opinion lah. But thus far, on a superficial basis, I like the story. Memanglah tak nampak lagi gaduh besar-besar ni baru kat sekolah, baru kena lawan challenge dengan kutu berhak dekat sekolah yang nak tunjuk dia power semua kan. And then thus far, by chapter 3 the kutu berhak tu pun dah macam mellow down sikit. So macam okay, tak adalah cerita ni macam very one dimensional. The Yuri bit like ANRI was saying, untuk aku pun it's at best it's just like baiting in my opinion. Yeah, if you until you see tongue, there's no Yuri in this. So I mean daripada kalau aku tengok cerita ni pun, the bit where she's supposedly proposed to her pun just to spite the kutu berhak. Tapi tengoklah cerita ni. Tapi at the end of the day, tak suka. Tapi I think it's quite good. But we'll see. And the director is called Kobayashi Hiroshi. When they got this guy to when they developed the story, as I read it, memang dia orang kata this time we want a female protagonist. And interestingly, this guy dia tak ada pengalaman, bukanlah nak kata tak ada pengalaman maknanya dia tak pandai jadi director, tapi he's not done a mecha anime before. Kau tahu ANRI, kau tahu apa dia direct? Hisoneto Masotan. The dragon, that's the nearest to a mecha, where it's a story about a bunch of girls going to the Japanese Air Force, and all the big planes are actually dragons hidden as jet. That is a sweet
To be
story.
fair, that's a very good anime series
Yes.
from Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. So lagi tu Kill la Kill. Lagi tu Kiss. I've heard of this title, but I've not watched it. Kiss Never. Anybody watch this before? Anyway, tapi nampak gaya je dia ada pengalaman buat cerita yang
Action.
female and also female fronted. So perhaps that's the kind of angle that we're going for. The jury's still out. It's only 4 episodes in. If it's 26 episodes, we've got 22 episodes left.
Yeah.
If you have time to invest lah.
I'm just saying on Gundam, right? I already said I'm not a Gundam fan. Only Gundam series I watched was a Gundam Build Players or something like that.
Yang
Build Fighters. And I watched like 5 episodes and then I gave up because I realized that every episode kan tak ada, there's no guarantee I'll be seeing Rinko, which is the only reason I'm watching it now. Anyway. Rinko, the famous MILF character. Yeah.
Anyway, the music for this slaps in my opinion is done by Ryo from Supercell, and I quite like the opening song by YOASOBI. YOASOBI is a duo that's been quite popular for the past 5 years. The song's a bit anime considering of what they write thus far. And just a slight trivia, Suleta Mikuri Seiyu is Ichino Shikana, who played Ichigo in Darling in the Franxx. She was the main girl in Dr. Stone called Ogawa, and there's a 4-season anime called DIY. She's in it. She's the main character called Surire. So the next one, I'm gonna go to you, and you wanted to talk about MAIRIMASHITA, IRUMA-KUN season.
Yes. So, full disclaimer, I have not actually finished the second season because I actually forgot about this anime, and then I saw like, season 3 is coming in, but I've read the manga up to date lah. So based on the poster alone, I am excited because for those who've not seen IRUMA-KUN's manga, it's basically a shonen, a very typical shonen show, where he is a boy who was adopted to be the grandson of the principal of a devil academy in the demon world lah. So it's very slice of life-ish, and when you get into the end of season 1 and then a bit of season 2, because I am around early middle of season 2 right now, dia tak berapa shonen sangat, but it is becoming more shonen, like there'll be a battle anime lah. So from what I'm seeing with the poster, and I recognize this arc, this is gonna be like a very good shonen arc yang will capitalize on individual characters. And what I like about this anime is dia punya world building dia, in terms of world, tak besar sangat, but in terms of fleshing out dia punya character tu, they're doing it very very well lah. So imagine My Hero Academia but with demons, and I feel like they've done more in developing the characters dalam this series lah. With My Hero 5-6 season, they've done this quite well, or at least they are heading to with the short amount of time lah. So yeah, high school action from the comments. So those yang suka benda yang lawak, benda yang very light-hearted, nak chill, tak ada Naruto level of drama, pusing sana pusing sini. So yeah, so it's easily digestible, senang nak faham cerita ni. It's very straightforward, and yeah, siapa yang suka tengok shonen and suka tengok slice of life sikit, so this is fine.
Hey, manga ni you've read it online presumably?
Yes, read it online. It's not on Jump. I forgot where it is on.
I'll say it a bit, because the thing was I was reading from Twitter, dia baru nak announce the pre-in-print publication of the first volume, baru nak buat. So I was like, oh, that's quite interesting, I want to check it out. So basically the manga is by Nishi Osamu, and the comic is Shonen Champion Comics.
Yep. So it's kira macam quite underground. I would assume that's considered like underground in the manga punya scene, I guess.
Dia bukan mainstream lah, tapi I don't know, probably it's going to be published by Yen Comics ke atau by Seven Seas, I do not know. Tapi so anime ni dihasilkan oleh studio Bandai Namco. Dan sedikit trivia, main karakter dia IRUMA-KUN dilakon suara oleh Murase Ayumu, the lad who plays Amato in Mekamato. So last week we were talking about Yoshitsugu Matsuoka doing the robot. This is the boy. Dan juga your forger Hayami Saori is voice actress for the character called Azazel, Amelie Azazel. So anyway, now we're going to move to UZAKI-CHAN wa ASOBITAI Daburu, sorry. Go! Yeah. Hit us!
I'm watching UZAKI-CHAN who just want to play season 2. Double something. It's basically buddy rom-com slice of life type of anime. Very easy on the eyes, nothing heavy. It's just a lot of romance, drama, relationship bullshit going on between two characters. Very forward Kohai Uzaki, and a very introverted senpai who just likes to play video games. It's about how the girl tries to push him out of his shell and interact more with the world, and then in the process they both fall in love. Overall, it's an easy watch, a very easy watch, very charming, very funny. Most of the sex dirty related jokes is not really that dirty. It's just mostly misunderstandings.
It's a mild ecchi.
Yeah. I have to tell you honestly, the story is just okay, good for me. The thing that makes me stick to it like glue is because of the mom Uzaki, Suki Uzaki. Surprise. It's very funny because her relationship with the main protagonist it's complicated tau. She thinks that Uzaki is trying to whore her out to her supposedly boyfriend, the senpai guy, because at the one episode she invited him to their family house, and she was there lepak dekat sofa sedang keras kucing, and the guy just is interested in cats because he loves cats, so he was staring at the cat. And then the mother thought that he was staring at her boobs, and this happens so intently all the time, and she thought that he wants to have an affair with the mother. So when the mother speaks to the daughter Uzaki, there was a bleak misunderstanding. She thought that her daughter wants to have a three-way relationship between her, the mother, and the boyfriend, senpai. So it's hilarious. It's like she's trying to her best not to cuckold her husband when there's nothing happening at all in the first place. So there's a lot of misunderstandings and the internal workings. How she said, "Oh no, he's looking at me with those lustful eyes. Is he raping me with his vision right now in this coffee shop? Oh no, I shouldn't be excited, but I am. But it is wrong." It's hilarious. Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Suki Uzaki, the seiyuu for this, the mother, Saori Hayami. This your forger.
Your forger again.
Your forger. For the win.
For the win. So unlike those other animes or manga that I've mentioned in which you got the help, they're the main character in the male character in UZAKI-CHAN is dia introverted aje lah, tapi tak adalah sampai hopeless, sampai tak boleh cakap ke apa. Dia macam pemalas nak main video game like as ANRI says. Tapi the
relatable.
So the ecchi is banyak. It's more like very slapstick and situational, like benda macam when actually Uzaki is the family name, what was the mother's first name now?
Suki.
Suki, because the girl here is called Hana. So macam Hana in first season macam dia stuck dekat dalam bushes. Lepas tu dia minta the boy to pull her out. So it looked like he
It
was
became
doing her from behind.
It was a Pornhub moment, yeah.
So people passing by menjerit macam what the hell are they doing? So it's that kind of joke tau. Macam dia pakai VR mask, lepas tu dia tangan-tangan buat macam tu, tadi teramai something. Apa lembut ni?
Jellyfish.
So joke dia macam tu lah. Is cheap, low level actually. But it's as Andri says, tak ada benda nak tengok, bosan nak gelak-gelak. As we say, it ain't too deep. Anyway, so along the subject of it ain't that deep, saya punya recommendation is BOCCHI the Roku. Saya pernah mention anime ni dalam sekali kita buat news bites a while back after Aniplex Summer Fest 2022. So actually I was pleasantly surprised dengan ni actually. Not that I was expecting it to be crap, but the thing is, you know, everybody says, oh, it's going to be another K-On. So basic premise kita ni, story of budak sekolah menengah. Dia dari masa dia middle school, dalam 3 tahun, she became a skilled guitarist. Because dia ni daripada kecil, daripada kindergarten lagi, dia ada masalah dengan socializing dengan pelajar lain. So macam dekat kindergarten, bila cikgu tengok dia tak ada kawan, cikgu lah every time makan lunch dengan dia. So after a while, dia tak berhenti nak bergaul dengan orang. So she naively felt that, oh, dia tengok documentary ni, ada band yang cakap main gitar bagus. For introverts like us, we can make friends because this favorite band of hers, ada gitaris ni, dia kata dia introvert. So dia kata, oh okay, bapak dia ada gitar, dia pinjam gitar bapak dia. In 3 years she became so good, and then but due to her social anxiety, she thus far could only perform live in her closet. Because she just covered 2 songs on YouTube, following dia 30,000 orang. And then nama dia Guitar Hero. Lepas tu dia pun fikir, cringy juga nama aku, tapi tak apalah, janji aku dah 30,000. So it came to the point that mungkin nanti kalau aku bawa gitar aku pergi sekolah, mungkin people will start talking to me. Tak juga. So she was in the playground being despondent, and then a girl who's from another high school, who's a drummer, desperate for a guitarist at that time, because guitarist dia left the band, wanted ask her if she could play a gig that evening. So basically the story went on from there lah. With it's quite funny. So as much as I love K-On, as much as I macam orang describe Yui, Hirasawa Yui, the main character in K-On, as a savant tau. Savant ni orang macam, bukanlah nak kata autistic, tapi macam nampak bengap tapi sebenarnya dia pandai. But this girl in this main story called, nama dia Goto Hitori. So if you know Japanese, Hitori means alone. So dia tunjuk the display of her insecurity is very well presented by the studio, adding a comedy effect to the story. And then the bassist of the band gave her a nickname, Hitori BOCCHI. Hitori BOCCHI means absolutely alone. So hence BOCCHI the Rock lah. The music is fantastic. Thus far, I've only watched one. The reason that they could get the gig because the drummer tu punya sister manages the tempat gig tu. In Japan, they call them live houses or raibu houses. Yeah. So this is adapted from a manga by Hamajiaki on Manga Time Kirara Max, and this is done by Cloverworks. So not just to not just to sing praises for Cloverworks, but at the end of the day, this is a pretty nice anime. So if you love girl band anime, so this is for you.
Ada.